So this lesson's on supplementary angles. Supplementary angles seem really tricky, but they're not when you kind of know what to do. So I'm going to show you a question. Sometimes, whoa, that's not very good. Sometimes we're given angles, maybe something like this, and we're given an amount. Let's say this is roughly 130 degrees. But sometimes the question is, well, what's this angle then? And you have to figure that out. You don't have a protractor. You have to figure out what that angle is. You say, well, I can't. I could estimate, I could guess. But no, we want the exact degrees, the exact measure of that angle right there. So it's really coming this side here. Well, you say it's impossible. But not if you think back to what you know about angles. One thing we know about angles is the straight angle, this one here, that started right here and then rotated all the way over to here. The straight angle is 180 degrees. So if we have a straight line here, whoops, and let me erase this out of the way, that means this whole thing, and I'm going to turn it red, this whole thing, because it's a straight line, is 180 degrees. Well, we know that this half over here, this part over here, we know that's 130 because they told us that, okay? Well, this here, this part over here, has to add up to 180. So I need 130, plus how much more, plus this part, equals 180. And if you know anything about addition and subtraction, if I'm going to add this number, I could subtract. So I can start at 180. I know the whole thing's 180. I'm going to take away this 130. So 0 take away 0. 8 take away 3 is 5. 1 take away 1 is 0. So 50 is what is left over. That means this angle here has to be 50 degrees. Because 130 plus 50 equals 180. So let's move down and look at another one. So let's say we have, let's do a smaller angle. I'll just do the straight line first. And let's say this is, let's just say 40 to make it nice and easy. Might be a little more than 40, but we'll just pretend it's 40 for now. And this is given 40 degrees, it says. Now, the question, they want us to figure out what this part is, what this angle is. Well, again, we know the whole angle, this whole thing, because it's a straight line, we know the straight angle is 180 degrees. So we know this part is 40 because they told us that in the question. So we need to figure out 40 plus how much more equals 180, or 180 take away 40 is going to leave us this angle here. So let's go 180, take away 40, 0 take away 0, 8 take away 4 is 4, 1 take away 0 is 0. Or 1 is 1, sorry. So we know that this side has to be 140 because 140 plus another 40 equals 180. And it has to equal 180 because this line is a straight line, which is a straight angle, okay? So now you're going to do these next questions in your workbook. So I'm going to put a number 1, and I'm going to put number 1 here. I'm just going to erase these things over here. And so in your book, you can pause this video, go get your book, get all set up, and you're going to put a straight line. You're going to draw a straight line and draw this, kind of as close as you can. I'm going to go like here. Whoa. I'm going to say this is, in this line, I'm going to say this angle is 170 degrees. 170 degrees. And what I want you to figure out is how much is left over here. How much would this angle be right here? So you're going to pause this video, draw this out, figure out what this angle is, and then come back and check it out, see if you're right. So here we are, we're back. And hopefully you realized if this straight line, that means this whole angle, because the straight angle is 180 degrees. And this first part here is 170. If I have 180, take away 170, that's going to be what's left over here, which is going to be, we figured out it's going to be 10 degrees. This one you might not even have to subtract it. You could have probably said, well, I'm at 170 when I go all the way to here. I have to get to 180, so if I'm at 170, I only need 10 more to get to 180, so that'd be 10 degrees. So if you got that, hopefully you got 10 degrees. And if not, let's see if you can do better on this next one. Let's see. Okay, let's try this one. Number 2. I'm going to draw my straight line. All supplementary angles are based on the straight line or the straight angle. So that's the only way to do these ones, okay? You have to have a straight angle. So now let's go, I'm going to go maybe here. A little more than 90, that's not a very straight line, but I'm going to say this here is 100 degrees. And I want you to figure out what this angle would be on the other side. Pause the video and figure that out, and then come back. All right. So hopefully you've realized this straight line means that this whole angle here, the straight line, is 180 degrees. And you knew that if this is 100 degrees to here, well, how much more do I need to get to 180? Well, it's actually 80 degrees. But you could do that by having 180. You take away this amount, the 100 that we know, and that's going to equal 80. And that means this 100 plus 80 more is going to equal the 180. All right, let's go on to another one. We're going to do 4 here today, okay? So number 3. So let's draw this one. I'm going to have straight line first, because it always has to be based on the straight angle. So I'm going to be pretending this is a straight angle, and I'm actually going to put in, no, I'm not going to do it. Now I'm going to put in, let's say here, whoa, made a red. I'll make a black on top. Okay, this is going to be, let's say, 80 degrees. And I'm going to ask you to figure out what this side would be right here. So you can pause the video and then come back when you're ready. So you're back. So we know because of this straight line, this whole rotation from this side here all the way over to here would be 180 degrees. In this case, this first angle only rotated 80 degrees. Well, to finish off that 180, to go the whole rest of the way, what would it be? Well, we're at 80. We have to get to 180. So I have 180. I take away 80. And when I do that, that will equal 100. That means this side has to be 100. And to always check your work, you can just think, is 100 plus 80, does that equal the 180? Yeah, it does. Okay, perfect. You got it. Okay, last question. Number 4. Let's go straight line first. And we're going to go out here. Let's say it's 30 degrees. And it says right here, this is 30 degrees. Okay? What would this side be equal to? Pause the video, and then you can come back and check it. All right. So, as we've been doing, this straight angle has to be 180 because it's a straight line. It had to rotate 180 degrees. We know this is 30, this angle. So if I take 180 and I minus 30, that's, I'll go through it. 0 take away 0 is 0. 8 take away 3 is 5. 1 take away 0 is 1. 150 is what is left over. So that means this side here is 150 degrees. And then I can check it. 150 plus 30. So it's 50, 60, 70, 80. Yep, that would equal 180. So now you know how to do supplementary angles. Tomorrow you'll have an actual sheet where you have to do these on your own.